said he was in here, and he said the doors were locked, there's no way. So I think personally, as he's being chased, the guy chasing him was around the corner. Heard the screen door, and by the time he came around, screen door shut. So I think he opened the screen door, tried the door, was locked, and then he took off somewhere. That's my thought. But yeah, when we get out there, we're gonna have to make sure the homeowner's kind of happy.
He wasn't. The homeowner, he wasn't kind of happy. I was pissed. On the morning of December 9th, I expected to see the mailman when I lifted the window shade, but instead found my house surrounded by unmasked Canton police officers. When I checked the security footage back later, this is what I found. This guy. No, not that guy. This guy. This guy is the alleged victim, presumably the guy who called the cops that day. The cops told me it was a burglary in progress, and this guy chased the suspect into my house. That's what was told to me at the beginning, but of course, I knew that wasn't true. Now take a look at where the alleged victim is standing. This is basically his point of view. Now let's count the seconds that the alleged victim is not visible on screen. This is time I can't account for when the alleged victim could have gone anywhere. Okay, here he's still behind the Jeep there. Pay attention at the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. The time is counting by. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I count about 8 seconds, maybe 7 if you look at the reflection in the Jeep. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, right around 7 seconds. So just notice that's the total amount of time the victim is unaccounted for. He stands behind my house from the time that the altercation happens to the time the police arrive. Right now. You have to admit, the cops did show up pretty quickly. Very quickly.
As he's being chased, the guy chasing him was around the corner. Heard the screen door, and by the time he came around, the screen door shut. So I think he opened the screen door, tried the door, was locked, and then he took off somewhere.
Guy came around. Heard a screen door. Are cops just riffing? Did they raid my house based on someone heard a screen door? Because there's a lot of screen doors around here. And did the victim say that he ran around? Because the footage proves otherwise, unless he's a very fast man. How long would it take a grown man to run from the back of my house to the front of my house to see the screen door, and then back to where that guy in the orange is standing? Something doesn't add up here. What did the victim tell the cops, and what are the cops just filling in? And if the victim told the cops that he ran around and saw the screen door, why did he say that? My bathroom wall wasn't the only thing full of holes. Guy would have to be pretty fast to run to the front of my house and then back to the back of my house in 7 seconds. He doesn't look like he's out of breath. Let's see, the suspect left frame at 10:06:21. And the cops arrived on the scene at 10:07:34. So cops arrived on the scene just 73 seconds after the suspect leaves the field of view of the camera. I didn't have the money to hire an attorney. All I ever wanted was to be left alone. I don't know what happened that morning, but these cops were on the hunt. It's hard to call off the dogs when they're on the hunt. Now, this story about the victim coming around and a screen door, this is what gets sold to me at the end of the encounter. I'm standing out by the officer's squad car, and he says to me, apparently the victim came around the corner and saw or heard your screen door closing, and the suspect must have tried your door and run off. He says to me, was your screen door unlocked? When they showed up, they justified their search by saying there was a burglary in progress and the victim chased the guy into your house. I knew that wasn't true, but at the end of the encounter, after they didn't find anyone, they said someone heard a screen door or something like that.
That's my thought.
What I want to know is, what in God's name's going on around here? Who called the dogs? Why? I drove to Lowe's. I drove to Home Depot. I went to Menards. I kept getting supplies, but not much was getting done. I hung up a sound blanket. I gotta get back in shape. I gotta cut out sodium. Day 8. No alcohol. Starting the new year off right. Something wasn't right at Chat House. Something funny in the Hall of Fame city. Something amiss. There was something rotten in the state of Denmark. And I intend to find out what. I am the bear. There's one more thing that happened on the morning of December 9th that's important. Something not even the cops know about. My day didn't start at 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock. It started at 4 o'clock that morning, when a car pulled up out front, with music blasting. But before I tell that story, I think I have to take you back a few months and explain how I ended up in Northeast Ohio, in the freezing cold with winter approaching. I'd been an actor in Hollywood for 15 years, but I recently got hired to make a series for a little-known website called Bug TV Plus. They'd commissioned me for the job and it was long overdue. And still, I had hopes that it would put me on the map. Unlock doors. People would know the name, Fartzler. Tune in next week for the first episode of my mysterious Bug TV Plus series. Use the offer code ALLCAPSCHATHOUSE for 1 month free of Bug TV Plus.